They raised their glasses just as my brother's smirk curled like a knife. "To my little sister," he said, voice oily with mock pride. "Fired again. Maybe stick to stripping?" Laughter, tight, awkward. Then Dad, ever the backup act, chuckled through bourbon breath. "At least she's good at that." The air snapped cold. That's when the door opened, and the CEO walked in. Not his boss, mine. Her eyes didn't flinch. They locked onto me like a weapon mid-draw. And I smiled, because finally it was time. 5 months earlier, Jason used to call me the clever one, back when we were kids and he still needed me to do his homework. Back when our dad hadn't turned him into a mirror of himself. Arrogant, cruel, always on stage. I loved him once. I believed in him. And like most siblings do, I forgave the small slights. Even when he joked that my divorce was inevitable. Even when he introduced me to dates as the family cautionary tale, I let it go. Because I thought he loved me. Turns out, he just loved the sound of my silence. The beginning of the end came in the form of a forwarded email. Accidental, meant for someone else. HR looped me in by mistake. Subject, "Can we just push her out before Q4?" Attached, a thread between Jason and my manager. Words like liability, unstable, she's not leadership material. I read it twice. Then, once more. Jason had orchestrated my firing. He'd called in favors, framed me as the weak link, all while taking my ideas, my goddamn launch deck, and rebranding it under his name. I didn't cry, didn't scream, I took notes. Step 1, disappear. No retaliation. Not yet. I resigned to take a break. Jason gloated at the family barbecue. I smiled through ribs and rot. Let him think he'd won. Then I went dark, changed numbers, deleted social, and started building. Step 2, build what he couldn't. I contacted Leela Walker, our old college mentor. She's now CEO at Virion Tech, and unlike Jason, she remembers who built the prototype he's selling. Me. She asked one question. "You in?" I didn't hesitate. Joined as product director under an NDA so thick, not even Jason's ego could cut through. And while he polished his speeches and posed for LinkedIn headshots, I rebuilt everything he stole, only better. Step 3, set the stage. I told Leela about the party, Jason's big promotion. She agreed to come, not as a guest, as the new keynote speaker for the surprise acquisition announcement. Virion Tech was buying Jason's company and restructuring. Guess who was assigned to lead the transition? Me. Back to the party. His words still lingered in the air like smoke. Maybe stick to stripping. Even Dad laughed, always quick to throw me to the wolves so long as the wolves clapped. Then Leela walked in, and silence followed her like a wake. Jason blinked, straightened his tie. He hadn't read the memo, didn't know the buyout had finalized that morning. Leela smiled. "Before we raise another toast," she said, "I'd like to introduce someone." She turned to me. "She'll be leading the new division, effective immediately." Jason's face didn't fall. It shattered. I walked up, took the mic from his frozen fingers, looked out at the same faces that had laughed. "I used to think family meant protection," I said. "Turns out it just teaches you how to survive betrayal and how to return it, properly packaged." Then I turned to Jason. "Congratulations on your promotion. I'll see you Monday. We've got a lot to review." Later, he followed me outside, tried to apologize, blamed pressure, called it a joke. But I'd waited years for this. I leaned in close. "The thing about stripping," I said quietly, "is it teaches you how to read a room, and how to take everything off a man without him even noticing." Then I walked away. Some debts can't be forgiven, only collected, and some toasts, they burn. But mine was poured in silence, then served cold.